is the year 2005. The treacherous Decepticons have conquered the Autobots' home planet of Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertron. Cybertrons. 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 Cybertrons. Cybertron. Cybertrons. Cybertron.
We now return you to the children of Primus.
Ooh. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone.
Yes, hello. I can't get over how bright I look. It's not very bright in this room. This camera lies.
You know, it's telling a good lie if there's such a thing.
I suppose. Oh, boy. Frenzy Freestyle Sundays.
Another Frenzy Freestyle Sunday, and actually Shiba Kobe is the first comment. Welcome, Shiba, once again.
Hopefully my Facebook hasn't been too traumatizing, Shiva.
And we also have Soundbot29, the Quantum Bot, who is here from YouTube.
It's a name I don't recognize. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, yeah, I'm also not the best with names, but
This is true. I'm good with faces and names. It takes a minute to remember.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So James Coleman says, "Hey guys, sadly we lost Akira Toriyama,
Yeah.
the creator of Dragon Ball. He will be missed but not forgotten. I wish there was a Transformers/Dragon Ball crossover."
Yeah. That's a big set of news because everybody knows Dragon Ball.
Yeah, like
I've been reading
everyone.
Yeah, and I've been reading a lot about last week about how you don't necessarily think about how the guy's influence seeped into like basically everything, but it did. So
That is true.
yeah, an artistic giant.
Yeah, so we do send our condolences to the family and to those who have worked alongside him.
Yeah, there was one of the Latin American countries declared like a day of mourning because it's how big Dragon Ball is down there.
Yeah, that's true. Nice. So we're gonna catch up on the Pulse stream reviews on their Pulse stream that they did on Thursday. So we're gonna review that. And let's see. Welcome back, Bach Arts.
There you are. He returns.
Cool.
Yeah,
I guess
it's funny.
Guess my
Go
phone
ahead.
signal just beeped out for a second there. It's just like, there's no connection. I was like, shows full bar, so.
It lies. That's the bad kind of lie.
Yes.
This is true.
It's really interesting because the leaks are outpacing the streams. I don't know if anybody here was on the Children of Primus Discord earlier today, but I posted a bunch of stuff that dropped during the week.
Especially the like the product listings from the product listing computer. Those leaks, especially.
Yeah, but also like a bunch of images and things, right? Like
That's true.
I was saying this earlier in the week to some other people. One of the things that leaked this week was a bunch of official images of figures that haven't been unveiled yet. Not like, yeah, there it is. Join it. Not like store listings or somebody got a copy and took pictures, but like the professional product shots that are meant to like roll these guys out officially. And I'm like, that's different because that's like those are like the proper commissioned inside company photos. So I don't know how JT Prime got his hands on those and started posting them out there. But if I was one of the photographers, I might actually be a little bit annoyed at that.
Soundbot 29, the Quantum Bot from YouTube says, I'm really excited for the HasLab Omega Prime.
Yeah, it's really funny how, well, I mean, we'll get to it, but on the stream they were just like, yeah, the Blue Bolt has missiles now.
Yeah.
I feel like they thought they were going to have to like work harder to sell this because it funded so quickly. They're just like, yeah, we don't really need to talk about much.
Well, I guess I had a thought there, and I think I'm almost going to forget that thought. But jumping out to a different thought, I know in terms of some of the stuff they released from HasLab, Decepticon and I briefly spoke on a few things, on a few opinions that we had on it. So once he jumps in, I'll try to hold my thoughts till then, because it does just seem it does kind of pose a few questions in terms of where Hasbro's going with their line.
Yeah, like it does. One of the list, several of the leaked listings were for characters meant to accompany Omega Prime because they're from Robots in Disguise.
Well,
Is it Skybite? Wasn't he a leak name?
Yeah, and Sideburn, the obvious repaint of Shadow Striker.
Well, actually, going back to the thought that I did have, in terms of the leaks that are going out, like I know a few other YouTube channels or Facebook groups are kind of having a tug of war in terms of stuff that's getting out before the public, that reviewers are getting ahead of time and then trying to call out those things. I guess it's more of a question of who's on the inside that's leaking this information.
Yeah.
Because, like, I did see one instance some months, like, recently where someone who does have a connection to be, like, a seller for Hasbro mentioned something ahead of time before the company mentioned it. So, I mean, I wonder if it's someone in that position that's leaking this information.
Yeah, it's the professional photos that really interest me because I'm like, I don't know how one would acquire those, but like those are from like those are meant to be like those are meant, like presumably once they unveil these figures in the coming streams, they were meant to be shown there and put up on like Hasbro Pulse and like handed off to retailers. Yeah, but also the other interesting thing is, and I also posted this on our Discord. We're seeing figures being found at retail that have not been fully announced yet, like Bumblebee movie Shockwave, Bumblebee movie Sunstreaker,
little core class beast machines, a Cybertron Starscream.
Yeah. So there might have, the speculation I've heard is that there was some sort of, for some reason they held back these reveals, maybe because they wanted to like do a whole month of streams like this, but it might have backfired because the usual sources of information like had access to them already. I don't know, that's just speculation on my part.
Okay, Shinta incoming.
I mean, what if you see in Hollywood or other places where, what if the leaks are the actual source? And it's just their way of creating this secondary demand for the items.
Oh, it always makes me think about Deadpool, the Ryan Reynolds superhero movies. They released they did a CGI short that was meant to help sell it, to help get it made, because at the time it was not a sure thing.
Right.
And it didn't go through, and then it got leaked online. It was like a Ryan Reynolds was voicing Deadpool. It was a CGI thing. It was a scene that would later be in the movie when he jumps off a bridge and fights some guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it got leaked, and the massive response to it helped get the movie out. And even in one of the ads or whatever, Ryan Reynolds was like, "It's really convenient that thing leaked." So somebody might have dropped it to the public to help get the movie made, is the general opinion.
This is true. Yeah, I mean, it's no publicity, good or bad publicity helps it either way. But there is the flip side, whereas at least years ago, the publicity for a movie or an item or anything, there was a limit to what was told to the public, where now, say for a movie, the preview is basically the entire movie a year before it comes out.
Yeah. And you have this ecosystem of people that are trying to sneak things out early, partially because people want to know, and also partially for their own promotion or clout or whatever.
Yeah, and then start the whole run of theories of, the theories, Easter eggs, and all the possible hints and clues, before it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, at least it doesn't seem to necessarily be the case with JT Prime, because all the guy does is post on TFW.2005, and that's it. There's no clout or money to be had from that. Guy just seems to be doing it for the heck of it.
So James Coleman is asking us if you had a favorite, actually asking us and everyone in the comments, if you had a favorite character in Dragon Ball besides Goku, who would it be?
Well, back in the day when I played, the thing about Dragon Ball is they've made a lot of very good fighting games out of it, and so I used to play a bunch of them in high school. There was a series called Budokai. I used to always play as Cell, so I haven't watched a ton of Dragon Ball, but I like the character of Cell because I used to play as him in the fighting games a lot.
Okay.
Had you ever seen the YouTube channel Devil Artemis? The guy does parodies of Cell fighting all sorts of characters from everything and anything.
Is that where that comes from? I thought it was the Team 4-Star guys, the guys that do Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I'm sure he was inspired by that, but...
Yeah. It has the same energy as those, so I just assumed it was those guys, because I've seen those videos around here and there.
Let's see them. Do you have a favorite character?
Is that the beta male? This is new. Pride in someone else. If you know Team 4-Star, you know who I'm referencing. The Prince of all Saiyans. I am dressed like a clown and dressed up as Goku.
And unfortunately, that is lost on me, so I'm hoping...
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, gosh.
It's been a while since I watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, because it's an old show.
Okay, I'm going to say you're a wealth of information, so you should have been able to answer this.
I'm a wealth of information for a very specific, narrow field, and that's these guys behind me.
Unfortunately, Dragon Ball is the newer stuff out of my cartoon watching days, so I don't have an answer for it. But for Soundbot 29, the Quantum Bot says it would be a green guy.
Oh yeah, of course.
Then also said it would be cool if Alphatron is based on the Thunderstorm mold in the future main line called Prime.
I think he meant Thundertron, which makes sense. The original Thundertron, the one that came out in the Transformers Prime line, they did repaint him into an Alpha Trion type robot. They named him Alpha Trizer because he was a lion now, but yeah, so that's been done before, so they could do it again.
Nice.
It was a BotCon exclusive. And, I'm all for redoing BotCon exclusives and making them easy for people to get by making them just like normal figures.
Cool. So, actually, let me,
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ah.
There we go. Oh, and he says I watched some Dragon Ball Z on AS.
Probably Adult Swim, the Cartoon Network.
Yes. Lots of funny shows on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
James Coleman says no worries, Spin. It's all good. Thank you. So
yeah, was it Kura Toriyama? He also did a lot of the monster and character designs for the Dragon Quest series. They were more influential in Japan than they were in the U.S. With Final Fantasy did what Dragon Quest did in Japan. Final Fantasy was to the U.S. desperate both being Japanese produced.
Yeah.
In terms of mainstreaming JRPGs.
Yeah. And of course, he did all the character designs in Chrono Trigger, one of the better RPGs ever.
Yeah, boy!
That's not too old. That's not too beyond your time. That's a Super Nintendo game. So.
So actually, let me try out this little intro for a second.
It is the year.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
I was gonna say, what intro?
That was quick.
There we go. So
we have a bumper.
Yep, Mention has TFCon exclusives.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing those pictures going around.
I forget which guy this is, because this is like the one I picked up at TFCon there. The new version of Stalker. Let me just get him.
Yes, because the one that you picked up was he was quite a character.
Yeah, this guy. This is the Huntsman, but he's also an update of a G1 guy called Stalker, like a late G1 Europe only guy from like the very beginning of the 90s. And these TFCon exclusives by Fans Hobby, they seem to just be making, this is their little subline they've just decided they're going to do. The new one there, he's an update of another one of those late 90s Euro G1 guys. I don't remember which one it is offhand, because those guys all kind of blend together.
Well, let's see. It says here.
Yeah, it probably does, actually, now that you say it.
Yeah, TFCon Los Angeles 2024 exclusive Fan Hobby MB24B Wingman has been revealed. So
they're not saying which Predator he's an update of.
So Fans Hobby MB24B Wingman will be limited to 600 pieces worldwide and released at TFCon Los Angeles on March 8th for premium ticket holders, and then on Saturday, March 9th, priced at $160 while supplies last, only at the Chosen Prime booth.
Just trying to find out which of these guys he is. Nope, it's not Falcon. There it is. That is an update of the Predator Skydive.
Okay.
Yeah, and it comes from the same range as Stalker. This very end of the line G1 stuff that was only released in Europe. Never been in any stories or anything except for some little IDW cameos. Crazy colors, because they hadn't. This was like the beginning of what would be Generation 2. Yeah, it was weird because the line was dead in America and almost dead in Japan, but it was successful enough in Europe that they just kept putting stuff out for a little while.
And actually, I'll jump onto your comment. So James Coleman says he also did Dr. Slump's show.
Yeah.
And RJ Eagle says, "Isn't that Machine Wars Soundwave? Greetings, gang."
They
Greetings,
did one
RJ.
of those too. The Fans Hobby guys. God, how do I make it make sense? Because it's a long chain of stuff. So you got Stalker, the original one, not this update, but like the original Stalker that he's an update of. Stalker got repainted and released in North America in the 90s in the Machine Wars line as Machine Wars Soundwave. A much more familiar character. So this new one, this Fans Hobby one, it also got repainted into Machine Wars Soundwave as another exclusive.
But isn't he also based off of Double Dealer from G1? But he's missing the bird mark.
Yeah. This Fans Hobby toy, this new one, started out as Double Dealer, and they just retooled it into Stalker. And then because the original Stalker was repainted into Soundwave, they did a Soundwave after that.
Cool.
Yeah, just sort of taking advantage of the fact that Stalker also happened to have this missile tank mode the same way Double Dealer did.
Mm-hmm. And Soundbot29 says, I think that Lockdown has to be my favorite leak for the Walmart exclusive.
Yeah, see, that's one of the things that leaked, and I posted about in the Discord. Probably one of the upcoming fan streams, they're going to unveil the Star Seekers toy line there, the Walmart one. But the images are already out there because somebody leaked them. Yeah, and it's a real interesting set of figures. One of them is a new version of Lockdown.
Cool. And I was going to say, in terms of the G2 line being more popular in Europe, you kind of notice how it creates that confusion, I guess, in the American market in terms of the existence of G2, where a lot of people don't realize that the G2 line did continue outside of the US, whereas for us, we just saw it as repaints of G1. In the European market, it was an additional line with new characters that we were unaware of.
Yeah. Well, that's not strictly the sequence of events. What happens is, so Generation 1 ends in America in 1990, right?
Right.
With the Action Masters and whatnot. It doesn't end in Europe. They keep making new figures.
Right.
That's when, like, Stalker and those guys happen. And then in North America, they launched Generation 2, and they also launched Generation 2 in Europe at the same time. In America, it's like a new start for the line because it's been dead for a few years. In Europe, they just changed the branding, and it never ended.
Because I do recall from in the comic books, they did make the G2 an extension of G1, but I don't recall them bringing in those new characters, though.
Yeah, it's interesting because the line itself was a little bit of both. It was like half repaints, half new characters. But the new characters didn't really start until the second year of the line. Okay. I mean, there were a few, but there wasn't a lot of them.
Right.
And the Marvel comic didn't last very long. It was 12 issues. So it mostly only covered stuff from the beginning of the line, which was just like familiar faces.
That makes sense.
Like, towards the end of the G2 comic, you did see some new characters start to come in, like the Rotor Force and the Laser Rods, but, like, then it ended before they got much time to, like, do anything.
Okay. And RG Eagle says, I'm liking the upcoming Sandstorm figure reveal. Hopefully this will be the best version. However, the Thrilling 30 version is pretty darn good.
That's why they're making a new one, because of the passage of time. The Thrilling 31 came out in the year 2014. That was a decade ago. That's why they're making a new one now.
This is true.
Hey.
It's the Toy Facts. How's it going?
It's been quite some time.
What's up, gents?
Let's see.
How you guys been?
Just going. Going and going and going. Like the Roadrunner. Or like the Energizer Bunny.
Nice.
Let's catch up on a few more news before we get into the main topic. There's been a talk about the C1, C01, and C02 Convoy Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I do kind of regret skipping out on these because all the video reviews I've seen look really nifty.
I'm still waiting on mine.
Yeah. The coolest thing that I've seen is people are comparing this side by side with like actual vintage G1 Optimuses, and it is 100% the same size, all the same details replicated. Like they really went in on making it nearly identical. This one just has more joints. Yeah.
No, did you get the one with the trailer or just the regular version?
Oh, I have neither of them. I didn't, like I said, I didn't go.
Okay. You did say that.
I regret not doing so, but.
I went with the trailer bundle. I'm still waiting on mine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I believe Charlie C may have had one, which I think he showed either last week or the week before. So if he's in the comics or can jump in, let us know about it.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of
I want to
video
say
reviews.
either Rashid or Calvin, one of them got it, and they had pictures of it on their Instagram. Because
that was Rashad.
Missing, like...
That was Rashad.
Oh, he did have it?
Then that answers the question.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, what's his thoughts about it? Has Rashad any thoughts about this version of Optimus?
As far as I know, I haven't talked to him about it, but he seemed to be pretty stoked about it. He showed just the box art. He didn't unbox it or anything. It was just a quick showing the story. So,
Okay.
But I'm definitely waiting on mine. I think this is going to end up being the grail of G1 Optimus Prime because of the joints that Fear of Courage stated earlier. I just think the option to pose them the way you want to is like a modern day version of the G1 1984. It's probably what we should have gotten in 84, but this one blows that one completely away.
I literally don't think we had the technology in 1984 to do this.
Oh, that's true. I guess because cell phones were still in suitcases at that time. So.
Yeah. Like toy engineering science was not there. Oh yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. These are not like official images. These are leaks. And everybody's been making fun of this guy's name because it's Shard. It just sounds funny.
Hello. I think Bishop's sister in X-Men's code name was Shard, if I remember right.
That's unfortunate.
RJ Eagle says, I agree with you at Soundbot 29. I'm also curious about the studio series movie Megatron they announced, and will it have a secret gun mode?
They did not announce it. It leaked. We're still waiting on that.
I think it'll have a gun mode.
It has to.
My money is it will have one.
Yeah.
Well, I said this on another show. The Bumblebee movie one they just put out, the triple changing one. People have been messing with it and discovered it has a gun mode. It has like specific detailing, and they did not mention it. It's not in the instructions. There's no promotional stuff about it. It's just like a secret gun mode because I guess you can get away with that if they don't advertise it at all.
Well, we all know what's going to suffer on this gun. It's going to be the handle and the trigger. That's going to be the poorest part of it. Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Magnus?
Mr. Magnus.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, man?
We're going like the Energizer Bunny. I'll just keep using that line.
Oh, we're good, and congratulations to you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. I got engaged just last night.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a fancy news bumper here that's been designed for us. So now we're going through news after that. Oh, you good, bro?
We have product codes for a Lego Transformers Bumblebee set.
Yeah, another Lego set. I hope it'll be a licensed VW on top of also being a licensed Transformers thing.
Well, if they're smart, they would want to do it. But if I was Camaro, I'd jump right in there. But then Camaros are not going to sell it anymore.
I wonder if there'll be like a bidding war between Camaro and VW to like make the fancy new Lego set that.
Or for the sake of argument, just release them both.
Yeah.
You can pick your poison at this point.
This is true. Soundbot says, I think the articulation built in G1 Optimus. I like the idea, but he doesn't blend in with the Generation collection.
See, I kind of disagree with that from what I've seen of all the reviews and stuff, because it seems like they went out of their way to make him 1-to-1 scale. Like, he literally, you can make him look exactly like this if you don't use his joints, you know? So you can put him on the shelf with your G1 guys. I don't know. I don't have one in hand to talk about, but like that's the impression I get from all the detailed breakdowns I saw.
Cool.
So, hear me out on this one. Do you think we need a studio series Transformers the movie G1 figure version where they can kind of recomplete the whole line? Because you can start it with Optimus Prime right there.
I'm really we know one's coming. We haven't seen it, but we know it's coming, and I'm interested to see what they could possibly do with that.
Fair enough.
I think it would be really funny if they just used the Missing Link trailer and it's just a show-accurate robot instead of a toy-accurate robot. Because the trailer's not terribly different. So they might as well use the really good one they already put together.
Yeah, that could work.
RJ
I'd buy
Eagle
it.
says, "Congratulations, Magnus, on the engagement."
Yeah.
And Leanne G also says, "Congratulations, Mr. Magnus and future Mrs. Magnus." And Soundbot29 says, "Dang, that would be amazing if the Studio Series Megatron, if he transforms into a gun again. It's been since the Generation Classics."
I mean, he will never officially change into a gun. They could maybe sneak something in like they did with Bumblebee Megatron. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, now this is a weird one.
Oh, yeah, that core class.
Yeah, so these Takara listings came out, and one of them's for Tidal Wave, which we've seen plenty of times, and the other one is they're making a mini little core class version of Bumblebee movie Starscream for some reason. I mean, the obvious reason is so they can do a bunch of secret repaints of him, but why at that scale, I wonder?
Who knows? Probably leftover inventory they're trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is brand new. This is something else.
Well, think of why you yourself got that Dinobot core class combiner.
You know, that's a good
answer your
point.
question.
Well, I bet Starscream doesn't combine. I got the Dinobot combiner mostly because I wanted a collection of all the Dinobots, but and it was easier and less space consuming to get the mini ones than the full sized ones. So you know what? Maybe that's why they're doing these guys. You know,
Plus, I mean, it's not like there's a third party and with Hasbro getting back into making core class / Legends class. I mean, do you realize there's a market for people that like to exclusively buy in that size?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Oh, and this is old news because I showed off the Cyber Shark I got a couple of episodes ago from this group of reissues that just suddenly showed up.
Right.
And it's really weird because those are supposed to be Walmart exclusive, but they're at Toys R Us instead.
That is it for the news for this week.
Being snuck up on. There she is. This is the future Mrs. Magnus.
Hello, Mrs. Magnus.
Hello.
Put your hand up there. Get it up closer to the.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Zoom right in there.
Look at you.
Nice. In perfect timing.
You guys select a date?
No, just now. Hell, just got the ring on her finger last night. It ain't been 24 hours yet.
Good point.
You're just like, give me a minute.
Yep.
We got a lot of family, so we got to make it far enough away that people can schedule time off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and my wife got married in 90 days.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been together, 11 years and married for 6.
Okay.
And our third son will be here in July.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Now, we met each other in 1990 when we were in high school. And we've been together. Yeah, we've been together for almost 4 years now.
Oh,
yeah, we've known each other for a long time, been friends for a long time.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was always there, so that's the cool part about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could have had a lifetime of memories, but, everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm. This is true. And somebody says, "Congratulations, Mr. Magnus, for the engagement." Shiva Kobe says, "Nice. What a set of rocks." And also says, "And the diamonds are nice too."
Rocks.
Oh yeah, you got the Rock Lords there.
I realize I can just put him just as his so-called sword mode. Just put him in in the truck mode and have him run over, stab Bumblebee in the butt before he runs him over.
Yep, she got Coley says
That's full
congrats,
roll.
man. So, congratulations.
Thank
to
you all.
everyone.
Yeah.
So we found out what the issues are with this setup, and I had my tech guy over here, and we cannibalized this desk. This is a sub processor that the laptop actually plugs into, and it controls everything. Something in it cooked.
Not in the good way.
And so we're trying to find another one of these, and because the company, I said God, what is the name of this thing? Smart Desk. The Smart Desk company is still on hiatus, according to their website. So I went to, because this has a different name on it. So I went to this one, and it's Viacom.
Throwback, huh?
Yeah, and that company is still roaring.
Somehow.
Yeah, and so I've contacted the designer of this unit through their website, and we're going to see if we can track down something from that.
Okay. Somewhat 29 says, I ordered that animated Series B and the Tasmania Kid and Thundertron for my dad.
For your dad. I like it when it's a multi-generational thing.
Now, as far as the big collection that I purchased, it's still in the other room. It's not set up yet. I'll bring any piece that y'all want me to bring in here and show you, but I'm going to wait until I get that actually set up in that new cabinet that I've got mounted in the wall in there, and then I'll do a display on it. But I did do this weekend.
Oh. That's a lot of... Oh,
nice.
That's a lot of mini bots.
Yeah, that is a
Okay.
fingernail polish display.
Oh.
What?
Cool.
That's clean.
Yeah. It's a 10 riser fingernail polish display that they're standing on.
Hold on, quick question. Is that Goldbug the second on the bottom right?
Yes.
Yeah,
By
good, like,
Huffer.
Is he looking up at Bumblebee, wondering how he's in two places at once?
It's like the end of Rebirth.
Yeah.
it's an animation error.
Yeah. It's just incredibly
That's a good looking setup.
Yeah, very cool.
That the
I'm surprised you went with
return wheelie.
Yeah.
What? Two of y'all
That the
talking at the same
Titans
time?
return wheelie.
Correct.
I'm surprised you went with a power glide at the top of your pyramid. Why him?
Because he's the only one of them that can fly.
Yeah. All right.
What about Cosmos?
Well, Cosmos is there on the top right, or top left.
But why Power Glide over Cosmos? Because both of them can fly.
But Power Glide's taller. I mean, most of it is for aesthetics of their height.
Okay. Cool, like a school.
And Cosmos
school
is a
picture.
wide body, so he had to be on the outside.
Well, hopefully we get the throttle bots, because I'm ready to retire from collecting.
Cool. That is a cool display and repurposing things that people wouldn't have thought of using.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered it
sure
for that. I just looked at multi-tier display stands, and this. I keep wanting to say lipstick. It wasn't lipstick. It was fingernail polish. Fingernail polish stand came up, and it's they're all different heights going around it. You got to put it together. It was like $4. It was cheap. It's all acrylic.
Nice.
RJ Eagle says animation error. Ha ha ha. Good one. So,
Thank you, sir.
over to you, Jonathan. What have you been up to collecting and everything? It's been a minute.
Well, the kids were involved in some programs that we had to deal with on the weekends. A lot of that was going on. As far as toy facts, we had to gut it because it just wasn't making sense to do it the way we had it structured. We're trying to get some AI involvement into it to where it can converse with toy collectors and give you real-time data. We're working on another subsidiary of the app, which me and my new partner just kind of went through the whole blueprint of it. It's under wraps for now until we can get a scope of it, what we're actually going to do. Okay. And then we're hopefully going to try to push that out. And so right now I'm trying to find a back-end engineer. And also I've been trying to learn the code myself to kind of assist with a lot of the projects. There's so many moving parts of what we're trying to accomplish. So that's been a lot of what the grab of just getting stuff together to make this work. What else have I been up to? As far as collecting, I've been kind of quiet on the home because there's not really too much out. Usually I've been getting stuff early. Shout out to Canada because of the CDM store. So I've been getting a lot of stuff from there, and I made some adjustments to the wall a little bit. And put all my big bots over here. And then last one that I got was the premium finish, which I haven't even opened yet. This is the Optimus Prime Siege version. Because I kind of want to recreate that scene since they're doing Wheeljacks. So I'm trying to get as many of the old Siege bots as I can. Because initially I passed on them. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I haven't really been too busy with toy collecting because OpenAI keeps me super busy. I'm an employee there, so I do a lot of IT work there. So it's been a lot. Oh, and then I ended up getting this one too.
Nice.
Which is a very hard to find.
The G2 dev.
Yeah, I got it from a buddy of mine.
Are we going to get the other three?
Yeah. Well, there's listings for breakdown in the leaks, so we're at least doing him.
We already had Shadow Strip because he released in the same line as Crasher, Speedia, and then wanted the two that share a mold, the ones that are legs on Motor.
What Siege ones are you looking for there, John?
What's that?
I said, what Siege ones are you looking for?
The only one I need left is probably Prowl. But I have him in his Earth vehicle mode. I have a few of those, but I just didn't get the Siege one. My local shop has one, so I'm probably going to end up picking it up there since he has one. But other than that, that's pretty much what I need. And hopefully they do a Siege Trailbreaker so we can emulate the scene where they're on the high rise where Jazz comes in and they ask if he find anything. I would like to have that one as well. So we'll see. But I'm hoping that they release all of them in a premium finish because I would like to have them all in that setting. So, plus that Starscream one, I'm still trying to get that one too.
Premium Finish has been busy updating the Beast Wars guys lately. They've just been doing all those 2 packs.
It seems like it. From what I've seen, I've seen that.
Yeah. But they made it through the whole cast now, so they'll probably move on to something else now.
Siege Prowl may be the only one I don't have a second one of.
Gasp.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it, Bill. I appreciate you, but I do have. Yeah, I know where I can get them, but I'm waiting for his price to come down a little bit. I'm surprised he had them for that much. So I was thinking about taking in some other toys in there to go in and trade and see what I can accomplish. And then other than that, it's just been making the thing about being a member of the.
That's the thing about being a member of this show, mate. You get the Bill Glenn price. See, that's the people on this monitor right here. They don't have to pay that eBay fucking price. That shit don't happen. Not in this house.
Bill, I'm going to say this now. The Bill Glenn price. You need to coin that and make that a T-shirt. Yeah. It just flows way too well for you not to have any merch on that. Yeah, you can do that if you want to, but it ain't the Bill Glenn price.
That's right.
You kiss my ass, sir. I'm going with the Bill Glenn price.
Yeah, these are Transformers. They fucking magic cards.
Right. Yeah, none of that making crazy edit videos, which fan I've seen you seen for a few
yes.
of them, and some people have reached out to me about those who work behind the doors of the cartoons that I've used. It's like, dude, we would have asked you to take this down, but the shit was super funny. So it's been pretty appreciative of the comments I've gotten over that.
You know, that's funny because that's almost borderline of like, you know, the DJs on record label issue back in the day where it's like, you know, DJs would like drop the tracks that people weren't hearing. But then when some of the DJs started getting greedy, the label's like, you know, you can't make money off of my artist's music, but you're promoting my artist. So that's that gray area. So you're making all these like funny videos promoting them. So they're like, well, you shouldn't be doing it, but you're pushing our brand, so keep doing it. But we won't say anything.
Right.
It's free advertising.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I you know me, if the line's here, I like to go about right there with these videos. It's fun to do.
I caught the recent one with where you did the episode of with the time warp and Rodimus. Like because the thing is, watching the videos, you don't know what angle you're gonna come from, and like that one I wasn't expecting.
I like to do that. I just try to keep people on their toes with these videos, you know. And I think about episodes, and you know, and some other episodes inspire me to do those things. So I'm like, what happens if Rodimus took a time machine and just tired of all the hate for being blamed for Optimus Prime's murder, and just went to go return that shit and just said, "Here, take this shit back." You know? Yeah.
Just that little note to Ironhide. That was funny. So everyone's got to check out your IG channel for that. What is your IG channel?
Oh, it's on TikTok. It's actually in the name. It's Jonathan Williams 415.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm messing around. I found these plugins that allow me to do text messages. So I've just been kind of like seeing if I can write on their behalf, and you know, like the one I did with the GoBots, where Minosaur makes an appearance in the GoBots and ends up killing the puzzler.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, just having fun with it. Yeah, it's all fun. But.
Cool. Free and Science says, "What's up, bots? Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you too,
Some freak.
sir." And Shiva
Popped
Kobe
the question
says,
last night, freak. She said yes.
Shiva Kobe says, "Were we gonna run Transformers Jeopardy again sometime?" And we are planning to run it again. We just have to work out a few logistics and everything. So it's not it hasn't died. We just gotta, you know, push it again in the near future. So we will get a hold of everyone, including you, Shiva Kobe.
If I need to write more questions, I can write more questions. This is something that I was built to create.
Have chat do it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Cool. So actually, with also, has everyone watched the Hasbro Pulse stream that came out on Thursday?
Vaguely remember it.
Yeah, I gave it a watch. Admittedly, I was doing other stuff at the time too, but yeah, I saw all the things.
To be honest, I did not.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, wasn't it mainly like, oh, we're replaying Blaster, who's already been released 2 times already in Kingdom.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
They did
some other
unveil the
stuff is like the
Decepticons.
joke.
See, the impression that I got from the stream is they said they're doing them for the rest of the month, right? 3 or 4 more. They're doing them every Thursday for a little bit.
It's 7/14 and the 28th. Those are the next scheduled ones.
Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, a lot of content. But then you saw the first one. I'm like, I think they just took like 1 stream's worth of reveals and they're just spacing them out over 3 weeks.
Okay. Mm-hmm. RG Eagle.
So I have a feeling Gears and Swoop will be on the 28th.
Yeah.
If they decide to announce it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like Gears' stock photography is just out there now because somebody just leaked it.
RJ Eagle says, "We all know that Puzzler will take down Minosaur any day. I don't think anyone can take down Minosaur. The fact that he's mentally unstable, so even the Decepticons are afraid of him." And Freaking Sign said, "I fell asleep watching it." Well, the one thing I did catch with, or I did notice with the Hasbro Pulse is they're releasing, I think, trading cards and something else, and that was
Dynamite.
Yeah, kind of
Doing
a
the
question
cards.
that Decepticon and I were going to discuss on, where it almost seems like Hasbro's running out of ideas, or they're not sure what direction to go with their line. 'Cause, I mean, trading cards would have made sense to us when we were 12, but it doesn't now, and it really doesn't interest the current, children of the market. So really, who are they aiming this for?
In my opinion, I think there's a civil war going on with Transformer employees, especially the big bosses, whether they want to go mainstream or take care of the fans who put them on the map in the first place. And I think they're having trouble to decide. And then, as far as cost, it seems like a lot of the high price Transformers, like the Minosaur set, are being ripped off by third parties, like with your Magic Squares, because that's damn near identical to what that is. And if you look at certain things like Dr. Wu for Sandstorms, almost identical, exception with the feet. And so to me, it looks like they look at these third parties and see what's most cost efficient way to build these characters for us, and go with that one after the design has been completed and kind of make it their own. That's what I've been seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it has always seemed like they've always had their pulse on what third party is doing, and that's sneakily made their way into official stuff.
Mm-hmm. At this point, it's like, okay, I get it. You want to take care of children. It's cost efficient if you just making these toys that are plastic and didn't have too much articulation in it, and you can just push those out and just be happy and collect, the revenue off of that. And for G1 fans such as myself, or even Beast War fans, we want the toys that we want. I mean, there's a market there. I understand that it costs a premium to complete these toys, but it has to be done. Until we age out and then every last one of us is gone, this is just what it is. So you might as well just get on board and just have a couple of divisions of Transformers where you're dedicating to, Transformer G1s versus Beast Wars, and just have every line being pushed at the same time. I mean, why make these groups of just characters that never fit together and just push it into a new line? And if you're not even going to give us a cartoon, so what is the point of that?
Yeah, I have thought it is very weird that they're pushing these sort of new Rock Lord kind of guys, the Inferniac universe people, but there's no stories about them or anything, like not even a bio note.
Right.
They just kind of exist.
Right.
To me, the most appealing part has always been the stories they tell with these guys. So, like, tell me why I should care about these new characters, the
Exactly.
rock dudes.
And they don't even do the weaponizing thing as good as the Junkians even. Because about all he can do is you can take his little door bits off. Axe. Let me see. This bit. Like almost the majority of them. Let's see. Sync stays on. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, just from a quick, you got like his legs, his torso, and his head. So I can get his arms off, his feet, which are actually... Okay, the front of his shins, and his feet. So he doesn't even do the weaponizing thing that good. But the shard one supposedly, what's his name, Bot Bitter Orange, he got one off of eBay, and he took it all apart the ways you could take it apart, quote unquote, legally, like without having to take it off like mushroom pegs and stuff like that, like ways as it's intended. And the shard one looks like it's going to be returned to form over this guy. I mean, it's a nice solo bot, but for the whole weaponizer gimmick, he sucks.
Freaking says, asking Mr. Magnus, did you get the Kang Toys Dinobot?
Oh, I did not.
Cool. And RJ Eagle says, I sure hope the Hasbro release of Devastator will sport a new mold, but I doubt it.
I think so. They're releasing it as like a couple of deluxes and a couple of Voyagers, so they're not like releasing the Combiner Wars one again or anything. It's probably going to be new.
Okay, and RJ...
I heard it was new.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, also says, I think Machine Robo needs to release an updated, modernized Rock Lords. They were actually really, really cool characters, like Boulder, Nugget, etc. I would be buying that.
I mean, for all the stumbling that they're doing with... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, for all the stumbling that they're doing with the new guys, at least they have them change into something other than rocks. They're just like vehicles that look like rocks, and I'm like, I think that's a stronger premise than literally just rocks.
He kind of looks
They
like
all
a
look like
blade
vehicles
runner.
that were in there.
Nugget was
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
only one that I bought when I was a kid, and that was so that I could use him for the G.I. Joes, so that they could have this great big chunk of gold to go after with the dreadnoughts. That's the only rock lord that I ever owned, and he was never transformed. He stayed in that little gold ball shape.
That's funny.
Yeah, I had them too. Yeah, but they all look like vehicles from the California Love video with Tupac and Dr. Dre. I mean, I'm not a fan of them. Like I said, like Fear said, I think they required a story to push them into it, to make us want to get into it. Because I could say that about Impactor. I had no relationship with the records or wherever he came from until the Netflix show, and then they brought his character in. And for the little heroic piece he played in the TV show, it made me want to get his figure.
It's kind of it's interesting because there is a very good set of stories being told right now, like Skybound's comics, the Energon universe ones. Those are a very good set of stories, but they're not connected to the merchandise that's being put out right now. And on one hand, like a good thing that Daniel Warren Johnson is seemingly just getting to tell the story he wants to tell. But at the same time, I'm like, you have these very well done comics that are being put out right now. You think they might want to tie them in or something, like have the new Rock Lord guys show up there. That would get me.
Well, it's mispromotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a big time for mispromotion. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have
That's where
Void Rivals.
Yeah.
Void Rivals, which is like an intergalactic story, where we keep seeing all these strange cameos of all these obscure Transformers guys as these two characters like jump around the galaxy. I'm like, it'd be very easy to write these new rock guys into that somewhere.
Yeah, I have the Jetfire version. That was pretty popular.
Yeah, I think Void Rivals, the newest most issue finally came out this Wednesday. Next Transformers comes out this Wednesday.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah,
the Void Rivals one, because I'm just waiting for the Transformers one to come out. Then I'll just get them all in one stack.
So now going back to the Hasbro Pulse, or our review of the Hasbro Pulse, with them coming out with another version of Blaster, and I'm gonna throw this out to you guys. It's I mean, from the comments I've seen on social media, it's basically like the 5th time they're rebranding the exact same Blaster and trying to sell it to everyone again.
This 3rd time. Well, 4th, sort of.
4th.
Well, with the changes.
Kingdom,
this is the first one of
Legacy, Shattered Glass, and this one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Shattered Glass one. So this is the... Okay, so
4th.
He came out in Kingdom, and then they ran him again in Legacy because he was like hard to find in Kingdom. And then they did Shattered Glass Blaster, and then they did Twin Cast, and now it's this guy.
Oh yeah,
here's my original.
So, yeah.
And I mean,
but did it take him? Why did it take so long to get that done? You know, this is the one that they should have released in the first place. You know, with the accuracy of his forehead, I guess, and eject or rewind, whatever which one that is, to be the correct color scheme. Why not just release the whole pack and just make it a movie version? Is that the one that is going to be packaged in the Studio 86?
Yeah, it's there's an interesting thing going on, a sort of a reaction to a design trend, and I'm trying to see if I can find my eject here on my desk to show it off, but it's okay.
Yeah,
so
how it's clear.
Yeah, so Blaster and a lot of the guys that came out around like a couple years ago used a lot of transparent plastic in them. In Blaster's case, like his chest was transparent, and because it was on the same sprue, eject is almost entirely clear blue. Gosh, where did he go? He's
Here he
on
is.
my desk somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And there was sort of there's the rewind that came with Twin Cast. And there was a bit of a backlash against this because of fragility concerns. Like, he's not the only one. That Generation Select set that's coming out of, like, the 5 Autobot cars, like Jazz and Wheeljack and stuff, it's the same situation, where they're taking these figures from a few years ago that had transparent plastic in them, and they're running them with solid plastic instead because there were complaints from, some of them were like hyperbole, some of them were true. There were complaints about these guys like being fragile and breaking because the translucent plastic wasn't durable. So that's why they're doing this guy again. That's why they're doing the Generation Select set again. Because there was this demand for versions of them that didn't have clear plastic because everybody was afraid they were going to break. I think it's a little overwrought because like I have the original here and both my eject it didn't break. I've heard people say it broke, but mine didn't.
Mine are solid. I mean, that's
heavy.
Yeah. So whether real or imagined, they're running him again like this with a opaque plastic entirely because like a contingent of fans like wants them to basically.
And honestly, I would rather just got like a little, them like eject and reject, rewind. Sorry, rewind. Maybe kind of give them a just put them in solid plastic and maybe give them like a core class release with their golden guns. Yeah. I'd rather get that, like just Studio Series core class releases of them with their guns. I'd rather get that than having to have two other blasters or one under blaster and only one of them in opaque, the cassette humanoids in solid plastic.
Yeah. Now I have
especially
heard
Weewine because of IDW 1.1. He's basically bought him. Like I know I said I got Weewine with the free twin cast.
Yeah. Now I have heard from people that are more knowledgeable about how like toy science works that they can't run these guys without releasing a blaster because they're just a part of the mold that Blaster is in. And like one of the reasons why they were clear is because they're on the same sprue of plastic as his tape door, which is clear blue. And so like this new version, like the eject is opaque, and you'll notice that his tape door on the new one there, it's also opaque. You can't see through it. It's just like solid plastic. So they had to make it like that to make the eject solid plastic. Otherwise they might do a separate release, but like they have to make a blaster to make the little guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Freaking Stan says, while I'm out, bots tilallareone, thanks you for stopping by once again. RJ Eagle says, you make a great point, Jonathan. I think the Skybound comic will spawn new toys like IDW inspired characters. And RJ Eagle says, well, you have to get Blaster to eject. Marketing and money-hungry Hasbro, yikes. And also says, sorry, meant to say eject again.
I was going to say, it's funny because the Skybound comics aren't redesigning guys. They've made everybody cartoon accurate, like extremely. Except for RC, because they gave her like a Lambo sports car mode, so she'd fit in with the rest of the Earth guys. But everybody else is strictly like 80s G1 looking. So they are accurate to like the Studio Series ones, basically.
Cool. Charlie C, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey.
Almost is here.
Mm-hmm. We were saying this earlier. Did you get Missing Link Optimus? Because it came up in conversation.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, good.
And I just ordered the one with the trailer too, but I'll probably leave that in the box.
Oh, okay. So you just got the cab robot version.
Yep.
This isn't one of them. I just have an original here. I was saying I regretted missing out on it, so I was curious for impressions on how it was.
You can still order it on Show Z store.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah, I got mine on Hasbro. It's expected to arrive in August.
Cool.
I went ahead and canceled my HasLab Omega Prime.
Oh, really? Why?
Just at first
you can't see your background.
There. Cool.
At first I was yes for it and was all over it, and it's the same. It's the exact same one. I thought he was going to be bigger. It's the exact same size as the two that I've already got. So I'm not going to pay $350 for his gun to transform. He's got 4 more points of articulation.
Yeah, I've heard the same sentiment. One thing that has been pointed out is if you don't have one, the HasLab is a good deal because apparently
Correct.
the old ones basically go for the same price as the HasLab. So if you want an Omega Prime, you might as well get the HasLab. But if you already have one, it is the same size.
Well, I guess it goes back to that thing of, just repurposing the same characters like over and over again.
Ooh, yeah, you showed those off before. Like, I love that that packaging is nostalgic to me. I remember that.
Nice.
And then I've got a set over there opened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose the other advantage is...
Have I ever shown you that one?
Oh boy, that also takes me back. I get that. So that's Robots in Disguise Megatron, and they did Deathsaurus after they did Starsaber. So I guarantee that right there is probably going to be the next HasLab after Omega Prime, because they want to do the bad guy to go with the hero, right?
Right.
So
do you think we'll ever get a new G1 HasLab? Or
I could see it. The thing about it is the general idea behind HasLab is it's stuff that they can't do at retail for one reason or another. G1 tends to sell at retail, so there's less of an incentive to do like G1 HasLab stuff, unless it's something really ridiculous like the giant Unicron. Because it's like, why would they?
At this point, you would have thought we would have got a Primus by now.
Yeah, maybe. A lot of people thought it was going to be a Primus. I thought it was going to be a Primus. This took me by surprise. They kept referencing Omega, but I thought they meant like the Omega Lock, the thing that Primus used to transform in Cybertron. So I was like, oh, it's Primus, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it there. So that is a new version of Transformers Prime Breakdown, and they retooled him out of Bulkhead, and he comes with of all people, Windsweeper, which is like an obscure Decepticon target master from '88, I believe.
Triggercon. It's a Triggercon, like a crankcase.
Oh yeah, you're right. He isn't even a target master. He's a Triggercon. He just comes with a couple of target masters.
Yeah, they just paint. I'm sure third party. Like I know, like third party and a lot of the 3D printers, they came out with some good like adaptions of the G1 versions of crankcase guns. I'm sure people will do the same for this Windsweeper to replace the swap out with the little target masters from what was his name?
Needle Nose. Yeah.
I do agree. It does it's the mold suits especially his jet mode. So I mean, it's a good uses of a mold. Like God, I am not good with names today. The big blue guy.
Breakdown.
Knockout's boyfriend.
Yeah, Breakdown.
I could see like some 3D printers. The main thing that throws me off guard is he doesn't have his spiky pauldrons like he does in Prime. But I could see someone doing something where like they make his pauldrons like turn into like blasters that you could set over his hands, which could kind of look like how, since in Prime a lot of people's hands turn into guns. And I could see that doing a lot to really change the silhouette to make it look, because that's the main thing that catches me is the lack of pauldrons, the spiky pauldrons on them.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's funny that Bulkhead and Breakdown were rivals for quite a while on the Transformers Prime TV show, and now the new figure of Breakdown is made from the Bulkhead figure.
Well, RJ Eel says R&D had great quality figures, rubber tires, die-cast, etc. I still got my Optimus in box as well, but contemplating about the HasLab. Is anyone here getting it?
I strongly considered it, but I consulted with other Canadians who had gone in on it. After shipping, taxes, and exchange, it would cost about 420 Canadian dollars. That's still a little bit too rich for my blood. I'm getting married this year. I have a wedding to worry about. Maybe if this had come out like a year or two ago, but it's a little too much. Also, they're probably making another Nintendo Switch this year, and that's probably going to cost about the same. And I think a video game console will do me better than a figure in terms of investment for that price.
Okay. I'm probably the most free with my money when it comes to this collection.
Yeah.
I ordered it right off the rip as soon as oh man, I love Omega Prime. I love it because it's got Ultra Magnus in it. One of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of months of reviews and looking for me to realize, I've got RID in the box. I've got RID out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a third one for 4 more points of articulation plus the gun transforming.
Yeah.
And so just this weekend I canceled it. If you've already got it, I don't see the point in buying another one. And that's shocking coming out of my mouth. that phrase didn't even feel right coming out of my mouth. It felt like I was vomiting a little bit in the back of my throat. But I have a hard time spending that kind of money for something that I've already got 2 of.
If I somehow tomorrow magically found 420 Canadian dollars, I would take it as a sign and immediately back it. But that's about where I'm at.
It's already met both of the what are they called? The goals, I guess.
The
long-term goals.
Yeah.
Stretch goals. It met both of them. So it's going to come with the 2 display stands. It's going to come with the big spear.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
missiles now. I guess people complain about some missiles or something that wasn't coming with, and now they worked it into the mold.
The entire stream this time around was like, in regards to Omega Prime, was like, he's coming with his missiles now. Don't worry.
What they came with the missiles last time.
Yeah.
Mine did anyway.
Well, I guess they're saying that the new one didn't have the missiles, the new articulated one.
Oh.
So.
Well, Charlie,
I didn't feel like spending that kind of money to have ankles and fingers. That's because Omega Prime's got elbows, shoulders, waist, and knees in the original.
Yeah. Whenever it's something that's not G1 being updated, it's always a little bit more of a question about whether it's worth the update, because articulation exists starting with Beast Wars and going forward,
Well, Charlie.
Well, do you have that little dip back down and articulation in a Unicron trilogy? But yeah, otherwise it tends to hold true.
Charlie, are you planning to order the HasLab?
No. I have the original, and I'm happy with it. It's been in a box forever now, and I'm like, I'm not getting that. If it was Primus, I would, but not that thing.
RJ Eagle says, Mr. Magnus, thanks for the great advice. Very helpful. I'm thinking it's truly not worth it. It looks great, but price-wise and having the originals, I'll back out as well.
You guys, it's just like, I have one, it's good. I'm like, I don't have one.
Hasbro's gonna be like, those Children of Primus guys, they're backing out of our stuff. What are they doing?
Hey, you don't need our help. It's the one that funded the quickest. Yeah, go ahead.
The guy that we had on here from Liberated, Chris Labrador, he's got a huge collection of RID Magnus and Optimus Prime. Nice. That's one of his main displays. He's got like 6, all the different versions, the yellow ones, the blue ones, the green ones, all clear across his display. Yeah. And of the RIDs. What's like for me, I didn't even know that they made a yellow one. That one is awesome, but good God, he's like 400 just by himself.
Yeah.
But people couldn't find both because they were sold in 2 different pieces. Back in the day, people couldn't find both. They couldn't find Prime or they couldn't find Ultra Magnus. And so people were stuck only having one piece of it. So you couldn't make the Omega Prime. So for the people that haven't been able to get the second part, yes, get in. Go for it, and now you've got your Omega Prime. You're getting them both together at one time. You're technically getting 3 Transformers. You're getting Optimus, you're getting Omega Supreme, or Ultra Magnus, and I forget what the name they gave his gun.
Blue bolts.
Blue bolts, yeah. The great big cannon that sits on top of Ultra Magnus is also a transformer in this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping I'm going to find somebody that's going to sell me that.
Just the blue bolts.
Just the blue bolt.
Yeah. I've heard that from other people.
My laptop's not plugged in. Hang on.
Super.
Yeah. I know at least one person that's gone in on it and says they just want blue bolts and are just going to sell the big robots and keep the blue bolts. A little bit of an insane plan, but more power to them.
Every time I hear blue bolts, I keep thinking blue balls.
I'm right with you. I was thinking the same thing. I thought that's what he said at first. Like, maybe cold water, perhaps?
Yeah. Autobot blue balls.
Bill wants blue balls. Good lord.
No, I do not. Oh, no. Shit is falling.
That's a parody waiting to happen, and I could see the wheels
Can you still hear me?
Jonathan's head on that
Yeah,
one.
we got you.
Yeah.
Something just fell off the back of the desk, and I have no idea what it was. There's so much shit hanging out the bottom of this thing right now. I'm afraid to touch it until Pete comes back.
I have a question for you guys. If any of you collected the ride and train bots?
No. I'm not a train guy.
I want the
Gotcha.
Moon Studio set.
Is there a reason why over the Masterpiece?
heard
It's
the
bigger and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can get the Moon Studios complete for like $570 American, and it's probably 3 inches taller.
Okay, I've been watching. I see they're coming out with the S version of the Masterpiece, so I'm assuming that they're trying to tie the scale with Moon Studio.
Yep.
So they're re-releasing them. I think they're supposed to be, the joints are a little bit tighter and it's a bigger bot. But I can't confirm. That's why I was curious with the group.
Yeah, if Freak was still on here, Freak's got the Moon Studio set so far, or he's got like 2 or 3 pieces of it, and it's massive.
They want like $900 for the Masterpiece version. So if it's $500 with Moon Studio, I may as well go that route.
Yeah, I inadvertently backed out when I was sending stuff to the chat. So when you had the deluxe, the next 2 deluxe Insecticons up, it made me think of how we're going to be getting Flinch from RID 2015.
Yeah,
so I was thinking there's 2 Insecticon, like beast formers from RID 2015 that we could still get that are maybe pulled from the deluxe Insecticons as a further retool. So I think they're Saberhorn and Glowstrike from RID 2015. Since we're getting Flinch and that Star Raiders, Star Seekers, whatever line.
Yeah.
So, and I sent little links of their profiles off of TF Wixie because I think that one of them didn't even get a toy back in the day, or if it was a toy, it's one of those like little small PVC little figurines like Flinch did. Then the other one had a little crashed miner with somebody. But
That's Ransack and Venom in this picture here, isn't it?
Yeah. I was saying, like, I could see those molds being further. I think both of the characters I'm thinking of are stag beetles of some sort. So the green and yellow one I could see being further retooled into Glowstrike and Saberhorn from RID 2015 if they end up doing like a second line of those Star Raiders or whatever.
Yeah. That's
what are these 2 little silver things in the middle of that picture?
Oh, those are target masters that come with Windsweeper there.
They're meant to emulate his Triggercon chrome guns because he's a redeco of Needle Nose.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's kind of funny because the deluxe Insecticons there, Chop Shop and Barrage. I already happen to have Ransack because he came in the Creatures Collide set, so I've already started getting these guys. All they need to do is make Venom, and then all 4 of them are done. And these are some guys that have never really gotten full proper updates before. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of people are going to be after this set of bugs.
Shiva Kobe says, did you guys see that hilarious low IQ takeover by Macon?
I don't know what any of that is, so no.
It also said,
Are these just going to be deluxes?
Yeah, these are deluxes.
Mm-hmm. Ironically enough.
Couldn't they be Voyagers, at least?
Arguably. Well, these two are actually extensively retooled from the regular Insecticons, like enough that it's not obvious from looking at them. But they came from Shrapnel and Bombshell. They just changed a lot of stuff on them.
So they only shown the two, and the other two are presumably for down the line?
Well, no, they already did Ransack. I got them here.
Yeah, they did
so
Ransack, and then...
we're just missing Venom.
Okay, Venom.
Venom's
so
already been on the leaked product listings for 2025, so he's getting a dedicated normal release apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so, what scale is the one that you just held up?
It's a deluxe.
Okay, and these two new ones, they're also deluxes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
because they're all heavily retooled from the regular Insecticons. Like this guy was Kickback before he was Ransack.
I mean, I think that's awesome because those guys don't get a lot of love. I've mentioned on the podcast before that those are some of the few holes in my original G1 collection.
Yeah.
So it's, and we don't have. I don't think there's any masterpiece versions of those guys. There was some third party rendition like in the 2015 something, but not that would qualify as masterpiece.
Yeah, I remember which ones you mean. I don't remember what the company was, but yeah, they were also retools of the regular Insecticons the same way.
Right, yeah, they weren't even dedicated molds. Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't. So, Mr. Magnus, congratulations. Yeah, sorry, Spin. Congratulations, Mr. Magnus, with the big news. Yeah. Sorry, Spin, over to you.
Well, over to RJ Eagle, who said, I thought the new Masterpiece S-Series was just a repaint of the first version with a different chest piece. I have half of the trains from the first release. I may just complete the rest.
Well, hold on. I need to do a Murder Prime. Anthony, do you mind?
Go ahead. I was going to explain what their deal was, but go.
No, you do that first, and then you do that first, and then I'll come in with the Murder Prime on the Raiden subject. And look, and we got another murderer popping up. This is I don't know what's going on, Spin. Who are you letting on the podcast these days?
Hey, Orlati.
What's up?
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Don't worry, I got a special Murder Prime from you guys after, so go ahead.
I think
I'll give me a drink.
It's been a long minute since we've had like this entire collective all together. Like, just as a moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was just
going to say those... Let me just say what's up. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony. You're on deck. But Toy Facts, please. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, family, how you doing?
Please.
Okay, so those new train bots, the repaints that they're doing, they're like some ultra deep cut stuff because they're based on prototypes of the old train bots from like a catalog somewhere. That's what they're doing with them. Like the different chest plate, the different colors. They look like that in a catalog before they came out. So they're like, that's why we're repainting and re-releasing them again.
All right.
That's all I had to say.
Difference or anything?
No, they're just repaints of the Masterpiece ones that already came out.
Never mind. I think Bill's right. It's probably better. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Professor.
Okay. So just for clarification, because Anthony, I'm not aware of the repaint. I haven't seen the repaint of what they're doing, but my understanding is just moments ago, Toy Facts, or I don't know now that are we still using the term? You mentioned that the app is currently down.
Yeah, I took it down because we're doing some stuff on the back end to make it better.
Right. So can we still call you Toy Facts, or are you now just done until it's back up and
Either one is fine.
Okay, cool.
Completely
I gotta get mine after.
No, it sounds very toy techy. So let's stay with it. So, but anyway, I thought that I heard you ask Mr. Magnus whether he would prefer the official masterpiece rating versus the Moon Studio one. Now, I don't know if we're talking about a paint or Anthony, you're talking about this a recolor. So I'm not talking about the recolor. But if you're just talking about the original masterpiece train set that they've just released versus the Moon Studio one, if that was your question to him, then my question to you, respectfully, Jonathan, is: are you on crack?
Well, I don't know enough about it. As you can see, I'm Hasbro, so I'm just new to third parties.
Okay, so you haven't seen it. Okay, yeah. No, okay. So let me mention a few other things that weren't mentioned for you. So, it's very strange because even though Takara, now I'm on a Murder Prime. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Spin. We're on the same thing. Okay, so here we go. Even though Takara are the ones who am I not going to get a full screen for this? What's going on? I'm going in. I'm going in here. Okay. Even though Takara and Hasbro, they introduced the term masterpiece, right? They made some masterpieces, okay? Mm-hmm. But that Raiden train set that they made is not a masterpiece. Like, the entire thing, it's totally chugged. The aesthetic is chugged. The kibble is terrible. It's all over the place. And the bots are small. Versus the Raiden bots are like 9 inches. Like, they're the same height as Optimus Prime or as Rodimus Prime, as they should be from the cartoon. Whereas the Takara ones, the official ones, are just totally out of scale. They're way too small for Masterpiece. Totally don't qualify. They are trash. The Moon Studio figures individually, they look as good as like MP10, and then combined, they look as good as the best combiners that we have from Zeta. So really, it's a no-brainer. There's no competition. The real question is, why did Takara insult the fans so badly with those horrible chug designs? Murder Prime.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just like to point something out. Hold on. I just like to point something out. Can we blow up? Can we blow up Professor D? What's called screen there again?
Let's go. Let's have a look at the environment here.
Yeah. Look at D. He looks so nice. We got to look at him twice. One time. Come on. That's all I gotta say.
It's funny. There's a little delay on your monitor, so it doesn't match your movement. So it looks like you're yelling, and then another one of you is yelling behind you.
And then,
Well, I
should have played off that. Now that you mention it, I can play off it next time. Like, do an action and then take a look at the action.
Well, that's a bit of time that's a delay in time traveling.
Yeah,
we had to murder Prime not once but twice. But hold on, put back Murder Prime. I got a special little.
It's a murder. It's a murder Prime. It's a Murder Prime double team with my brother, the Big O. Here we go, brother. Take him down.
There we go.
Are you gonna blow me up as well too?
There you go.
All right.
Hilarious.
Well, check this out. I have to give a big shout out or a thank to Red Snail 2 comic book store, because they actually did something for me, which was really nice. They're at Sheridan Mall, Jane and Wilson area. The old hood. Not only did I get one Prime first issue, but I got 2. So pew 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 to Murder Prime, not 1 but 2. But check this out. We also got the first issue of my man Duke.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Okay, and then what's called? There's actually a white. There's actually a second. This is the second issue or a reprint of the first issue of Duke, there's actually this one here is the 4th reprint, but they're going to be doing. They actually have a second reprint of this, very similar to this, which is Optimus Prime and then the Autobot logo. And I know Mr. Professor D will love this one here too. Mr.
Did you get this one?
Snake.
Nice.
Yeah, very dope. Very dope.
Nice.
Okay,
I got that one too.
Yeah, if you're gonna get the first issues of these new comic book line for Energon Universe, I suggest you get this kind. It's basically it's all white with all the what's called the characters in the front and the logo in the background. They're sweet. There's gonna be a 5th reprint of the first issue with Starscream on the cover of it, right? But I strongly suggest you get the white cover with the again with the figures in front. So this is the 4th issue. The first issue of the 4th reprint, but I highly recommend it. The stories, the stories are really, really good. The other 2 comic books that I got, they're actually in Richmond Hill. They're called Heroes of. There you go. The figures in the back there with Mr. Magnus.
Oh, nice.
You know what? I'm gonna pair those up with the comic books. I gotta get those. That's a good idea. Thank you, Mr. Magnus, for
yeah.
doing
Those
that.
are the re-releases that were recently in Walmart. I got a bunch of those.
Oh, did you? Oh, at Walmart?
Mr. Cook, you seen this?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Here's a
Which one's
first
that?
print of Starscream Transformers issue 1.
Oh, okay.
The hollow cover.
Oh, the hologram cover one.
Have we learned nothing from the 90s?
I know. Well, you know what? There's actually a first print that it's like a special with Skyfire or Jetfire, whatever you want to call them. And that issue itself, you only get like out of 100, you might get out of 1,000, you might get 1 if you're ordering, like if you're like a comic book store, right? And that one issue that you get, that one special edition issue is actually going right now for $5,000.
Wow.
Once again,
no way.
From the 90s.
Yep.
Let's go online right now and do like a fake bit.
Are you sure that it's not roughly $2,000?
Yeah.
We found out a couple weeks ago that everything still sealed is worth $2,000.
Or just about $2,000 or slightly over $2,000.
Yeah, slightly over $2,000.
Hold on, that's American. We're talking about Canadian.
Oh yeah, so 5,000 would be about right then.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's catch up on the comments for a moment. Shiba Kobe says, back in the day, I dashed to the basement of our local Eaton's, and I remember seeing the deluxe Insecticons back in the day. This is true. And it's, there just wasn't an interest in them, but they were there. Mycon is a YouTube channel, and their videos are hilarious. Transformers related, of course, really funny animations. And also says, Mycon takes the audio from the episodes and makes exaggerated and silly animations based on it. Cruisers Motorsport says, holy crap, the return of the toy facts. And RG Eagle says,
Damn, I've been going that long?
I think trains are getting the MP trains of alt mode accuracy. Some people really love train details. The Moon Studio ones have to be kept in bot or combined mode because the trains are bricks. And also says,
okay, good point. I'll give him that. Good point. The alt modes are good.
Nice comic issues. Orlati got some of those covers too, but the second and third printings are going crazy. They look nice.
Whatever you do, I hope you read those because they are very good stories. Don't get too distracted by the covers and the mintiness. Please read them. They're excellent. Yeah, and I was going to speak to the Masterpiece train bots. One of the reasons they're so small is because they were made in collaboration with the model train division of Takara, and they are in a very specific scale. It's called HO scale, which is like a real model railway thing. So that's why the Masterpiece train bots are the size they are, because they're trying to get the railway collector market too by making them compatible with railway models.
Cool. Those trains are big. They're huge over in Japan, so they're probably trying to appeal to them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know what? It would have been cool if they had that train set out during Big Bang Theory and have like Sheldon play with those Transformers.
I
that would have
think
blown up big time.
That wouldn't
I'm
have
just
been
saying.
cool.
Yeah, I would have. What happened to Professor D? He took off just like me?
Huh?
No, I'm
He's using
cooking.
his
That's why.
invisibility cloak.
Oh, I see. No, because I'm cooking here. That's why I have.
It's a tag team. Like, it's supposed to be like, I make some noise, then step off, you make some noise, you know? Tag team, bro.
So RJ Eagle says, yep, I'm definitely caught up the Skybound comic story. No spoilers.
Yep.
And it says, and Cruisers Motorsports says HO is around 170th scale, close to Matchbox car.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I've seen
Here's
these.
a hint
I've seen
about
these
what
in
happened
person.
last issue.
To
Here
give
goes
you
a
an
bot.
idea, the original Transformers train set, that was HO scale. And that will be on display in here before long. I actually found it down at my dad's house this last weekend.
The one with like all the weird little alien men.
Yeah, the only thing that really transformed was the caboose. It turned into some sort of like jet bird.
Yeah.
Everything else, like the coal car, it flips over and it's got a gun. The engine just had a little piece that flipped up and a radar dish would flip up on it. Trying to think what else was on there. There's the coal car that... I think there was a box car. I don't know. Like I said, it'll be up in this room here before long. Also, was it the RID that had Rail Racer?
Yeah.
They are also HO scale.
Oh, really?
So they don't have... HO is really just the spacing of the wheels. You know, it's got to fit the HO track. And they do fit on HO scale track.
It's interesting that the mainline ones were that size too. That would explain why the masterpieces are so small, because like the train bots were basically just Voyagers, the RID ones. So it makes sense that the new ones would also be that size.
Yep.
So RG Eagle says, I think Moon Studio trains are more like G scale. They're big trains. And Cruisers Motorsports says Boxcar was a mini base.
That's it. Yeah. The boxcar turned into a base.
Oh God, I just ordered them all 6, the Moon Studio ones just now. Oh God.
Good Lord.
What'd it run you? Where'd you get it from?
$1 billion.
TF Source, 954.
Jonathan, congratulations.
Dude,
Wait, what did you pay?
Jonathan, can you cancel it?
No. Why?
Because
How
you
much
need to
did
look
you pay?
at Bumblebee. Bumblebee, they're under $600.
What's Bumblebee?
It's a store, online
Never heard
store
of
Another Chinese
in
store.
China.
Like,
But hold on, I didn't hear you.
BOMD.
Shipping's going to be the
Mr.
same.
Magnus, Bill, calm down for 1 second, brother. Calm down for 1 second, and you're going to straighten them out. First, let's get everybody on the same page. Jonathan, what did you pay for the Moon Studios rating set?
$95. He's $950. He said, man.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right, you overpaid. As Bill is trying to let you know. Now, Bill, you're saying $575, or whatever, but that's Bumblebee charges shipping on top of that. But still, you're way under.
Which Toy Robo was like $300 for me to ship them, so it's about the same price. So.
Okay, yeah. Because that's a lot of that's 6 boxes to ship, even if they from China.
Yeah. So
did you shop around though? Because that does seem pricey. Like those guys were $100 each. Yeah. Okay.
No, they sold out everywhere. You can't find them anywhere. If you go on eBay, I don't really trust eBay. So
Mr. Magnus, like Bumblebee is great, but it is sometimes like it's $50 to ship your one bot. So that might be the $300 might be made up there. All right. But if I know Mr. Magnus, the reason why he's not talking right now is because he's clicking through the order right now to see what the total is.
$479.99, $62.50 shipping.
I didn't get. What's the total? What's the total?
$479.99, $62.50 shipping to the United States. Takes 40 days.
Oh, fuck that.
I don't.
I'm good.
You heard it here, folks. Exclusive on Children of Primus. While we're ordering Transformers online, you also get prices too.
Just 40 days, so like the duration of Lent.
It's
You
coming
gotta
on a
speak up,
boat.
man. You can't just go buying shit right from the hip.
Well,
Hey, who's next to buy
Yeah,
something?
that
That's some
you know
shit
that.
I would do. That's some shit that I would. Anthony says stuff on here all the time, and I'm like, eBay.
I bought it.
but don't you
buy
got
now,
a piece
boy.
of shit in the other room? And this,
Oh yeah,
somebody
hubcap.
buy $100 worth of Hot Wheels. It's an early birthday present for me.
There you
I'm
go.
just like nothing in the world could make me in the middle of a stream suddenly spend $900.
Because this is why you want me on the show. Because I do shocking shit.
They're releasing a super exclusive version of Hot Rod that nobody has ever seen or heard of. Would that make you do that?
Well, I would
God,
like
no.
to know more. I'll go with that.
Anthony, you gotta
Wait,
remember,
wait,
he
wait,
has
hold on.
kids, so Transformers is how he keeps sane.
Hold on.
Fair.
Exclusive on Transformers. Sorry,
Fair
Children of Prices. If you want to help us buy Transformers, we have a GoFundMe page, and we'll do it live.
Yeah, go find me an Omega Prime. We only got like a week or two.
So RJJo says, "Wowzers, Moon Studio rating for $950. Gulp. That could be more than a masterpiece set now."
Well, shit, the aerial bots are going for about the same price for fan toys.
You know what?
I won that.
I just want to throw this out to Anthony's last comment. I paid $1,500 or $1,200 for a masterpiece collection last week.
Oh,
Oh wait, how many? Hold on, how many figures?
like a lot.
1, 2, 3,
Was it all those primes?
9 of them. Yeah, it's all those
Okay.
primes.
Okay, alright, okay.
One of them's worth $900 by itself. It's the sleep mode.
Sitting on MP1.
I spent $1,128 on my new drone Thursday.
Nice.
I was playing with it all day today.
You got the drone? Let's see the drone. Which drone did you get?
I got the DJI Mini Pro, Mini 4 Pro, Flymore's kit, the one that's got the 3 batteries and everything.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's
I've
badass.
got the original. I've got the original DJI Mini.
Yeah, I got it out today. The wind was kind of up, but it says that it can withstand up to 38 mile an hour winds. Our winds were only about 20. I took it about 90 feet up in the air, and I flew around the entire farm. Followed my dad from my sister's house up to his house, and then brought it down eye level to him, and he was like, "What the heck?" And then shot it back up again. So my dad probably thought he was gonna attack my aliens.
Well, next week, maybe you'll show us a little footage.
Yeah, hold on. Jonathan has something to say here.
Yeah, the pregnancy is calling. I gotta go feed the wife, so I gotta get out of here.
Right,
Oh, you're Mr. Cook.com.
If I can get back on, I'll see you guys later. Huh?
All right, brother. Good to see you.
Peace.
Peace.
You too.
Okay, so us Canadians, we got to move to where Mr. Magnus lives because,
Yeah.
yeah,
For a lot of
we had to
reasons.
buy, I have to say, if we had to buy 9 masterpiece figures, that would have been like $20 billion. Right?
Ooh.
There's a box.
I recognized Year of the something Optimus. Year of the Horse.
Year of the Horse.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
Sleep Mode. Yeah. That's a repaint of MP1.
Sweet.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and just bring them all in.
Oh God.
Yeah. The thing I remember about the Sleep Mode Optimus there that made him interesting was he wasn't just a gray Optimus. He still had his Optimus colors. They were just desaturated. So he still had like the red and blue and stuff on him instead of just being gray. So it was more interesting than what they usually do.
Cool. RG.
Yeah.
Eagle says, okay, I would pay $1,000 for a drone. That's different.
There's a Shattered Glass Optimus, I think. Yeah. That's an MP10 repaint. And then, the original. No, not the original, MP10.
MP01. That's MP01.
No, that's MP10.
Yeah, this is 10. Oh, one's
okay,
coming.
Sorry.
I wonder if isn't there like an Ava Unit 1 repaint of one of the Optimus Prime masterpieces?
That's coming.
Yeah.
Give me time. It's coming.
Good.
That's a rare one. There you go. MP2 Ultra Magnus.
Oh, nice.
That one.
Nice.
Has that got the lettering? I guess they were like, some of them are worth more because the lettering was off.
Yeah, W.
Yeah.
It has a W.
So that is the black version of MP1 specifically.
Yeah. Nice.
And there's the guy.
And
There's the very original. Yeah.
Started it all.
With his
We're not
wonderful
done yet.
flappy mouth gimmick. That's like the best gimmick any Optimus has ever had.
Yeah.
That's it. They can go home. That's the best.
Good figure,
that's the best
man. It's a
feature.
good figure.
And then
There really isn't another figure like. Okay, and that's the trailer for
Nice.
the original MP1.
Yeah.
And now that trailer, I believe that trailer doesn't even open. If that's the very first one that was made by.
There's the Evangelion
Eva.
Optimus.
Shinji!
Not to be confused with Shattered Glass Optimus, who is also purple and green.
You paid $400 for all of these guys?
hang on, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Wow.
Was
Charlie, are you seeing this?
Oh, I know. I got. Well, yeah. Some of them.
You're the only other guy on the screen right now who's like in the competition here, so I'm like looking at it and being like, fuck, man.
Did you see the new? I guess the TFCon.
Oh yeah.
They're like showing the fans' toys Optimus Prime.
Oh no.
So,
Oh yeah.
you're talking about the fans' toys like the Ultra Magnus?
Yeah, the
style
Ultra Magnus,
Optimus.
and
This
there's
is the little bitty guy.
Prime.
Oh,
Yeah, I got that
wow.
one.
Yeah, a little hybrid
What is
style
this guy?
Optimus. Hybrid style.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
And
yeah. That's old.
And then also
yeah.
black
I got that one too.
Ooh.
that
Hey,
one comes
Bill.
with a Generation 2
Man,
hand.
So I gave $12.50
Bill.
for all of those.
$12.50,
This is also my friend that passed away 4 years ago. This is his mother selling them to me so that they don't get cannibalized and sold online.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because she knows they're coming to this collection, and that's where they're going.
Oh, that's different. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now she kept 3 in memory of her son,
That's
but
nice.
she added me to the will, and I get them when she passes. And I honestly hope that she outlives me. I love the woman to death. But if she should pass, the rest of his collection comes to me.
Wow.
Now then, she threw this in for free because she didn't know how to price it. Okay, and Anthony, you'll love this.
Oh?
So go ahead and give me the screen. So this is from BotCon 2000,
Oh, hey.
and there are 9 autographs on it.
Ooh.
Oh, what are the... Okay, so Ultra Gear. That must be
I have no
Cheetah's
idea.
voice actor.
I can't read them. I have no idea. But one of them says Ultra Gear underneath of it.
Mm-hmm.
One of them says, I am transforming.
I am transformed.
The other one is Vince DiCola. I can read that
and the other one is just I am trans.
one. And the other one says Tarantulus. Maybe it's an Alec.
Yeah, Alec Willows.
Alec
He did
Willows?
Tarantulas.
And there's one over there, and it's kind of blended in with Waspinator, so I can't really even see that one. But yeah, I can't read over half of these because they're signatures.
Wow.
But yeah, he went to BotCon 2000 and got all of these autographs on this.
Wow.
So that's like a big chunk of the Beast Wars cast. I bet if I just look at who was at BotCon 2000, because they list that on the wiki, I could identify everybody there. BotCon 2000.
I
Yeah,
consider
so Bobby Hicks, love you, brother. I know you're looking down on our podcast right now and going, "That's my shit. That's my shit right there that they're all geeking out over."
Okay, so here's who's probably on there: Ian James Corlett, John Machida, Venus Terzo, Alec Willows.
That's
and
probably John
Visticola.
Machida right there.
Yeah.
Visticola.
Alec Willows, we already said.
Something JJ maybe?
Ian James Corlett, he did Cheetor.
Okay, yep, that's it. It says Ultra Gear underneath of it in the same ink.
And is Venus Terzo also on there?
I don't, like I said, their signatures. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean that's who I would assume it was because that's the other guest.
I mean, I like the Alec. I can make out the A, the L, and the W and the LL. That's all I can make out on that. And this one that's over here in Waspinator's legs, I have no idea what the hell that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's probably who everybody there is.
5.
That's all the guests.
Excuse me.
So yeah, there's 6. So there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe that's not a signature. Maybe that's just Waspinator's legs and some shit behind it. I think it is just Waspinator's legs and some shit behind it.
Maybe, because
it just in this with the ring light hitting it, it kind of glows like the rest of these signatures glow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures.
Yep. So that's all of the guests that were voice actors or musicians that were at BotCon 2000, according to the wiki article on it.
Cool.
Yeah, when I saw all the Beast Wars on it, I knew that you'd like that. Oh, there's a good non-blurry.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good poster. Is that CGI? The graphics on it, or is it illustrated? I can't really tell at this resolution.
Looks illustrated.
Dude, you're asking the wrong motherfucking person about that. It's got some ink and some paper on it. I don't know.
But yeah, that's like the whole Beast Wars cast, basically.
Okay, so now before we round up for the evening,
already?
Well, it's almost 10 o'clock, but quickly track down another article from one of our favorite places. So I created an intro. So let's see how this goes. That's our
yes!
I've never seen that before until right now. Oh my god!
Beautiful.
You know what? One more time. One more time.
One more time.
Do it again.
Oh, God.
Very nice.
There we go.
All right.
Woo!
So we're not going to go through them too long, but according to them, number 10 on their list of the strongest Autobots, Brawn. When they mentioned
the motion in the ocean.
His original card, he was a strength 10. He was the same strength as Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
You know, and I do recall, he lifted up a cement block that encased Grapple and Hoist.
That's right.
But if you recall, there's an episode where Skywarp comes in on a couple of the other guys, and his actual words are, "You all don't have Prime and Broad to protect you this time."
Yeah.
So the Decepticons knew that Braun was packing.
Yeah.
You know, when he come into the fight, somebody was getting hurt.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Except for in the movie, unfortunately.
Well, I found his one weak spot.
Somebody gonna get hurt.
You did realize that he was the first one that took out.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
He was on the bridge, and they said, "Oh no, forget the rest of them. Forget the minister of defense. Forget the man at arms.
Get that fat little
We're taking
motherfucker
out
right there."
that beast first."
Yep.
It's an interesting way of looking at it.
He's like Wolverine.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yep.
Let's see. CBR says that Wreck-Gar is number 9 in terms of being classed as one of the strongest Autobots.
Maybe he means toughest. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking, right?
Right, because he just picks his shit back up and puts it back in place like Deadpool.
Right. Like he's tough in the way Rocky is tough. Not that he hits hard, but that you just keep hitting him and he won't stop fighting.
Yep. No, it's they say number 8. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Cito.
What?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I was gonna say something.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wreck-Gar should be number 1 because if you think about it, him and his crew was able to bring back Ultramanix back to life with by putting them together and all that. And when those guys were trying to do it with Optimus Prime when he died, nobody else could do it except for Wreck-Gar.
If only Wreck-Gar was around, maybe Prime never would have died.
Exactly.
You ever think of that?
But they never used that serum on anybody else because they loaded it all on that spacecraft that Unicron crushed. So there was no more fixing anybody with the white goo in the jar.
The white goo in the jar.
That's right.
That's what she said. I like to fix people with my white goo.
That's just the ashes of
that son of it in a jar.
And they must have all rusted off of them.
All I'm just
was
saying,
that white goo in a jar or white powder in a bag? Because on the cup, on cheese.
I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure they could have made some extra white goo and put that in the jar.
You start with the white powder. You bring it to the white girl.
FBI, open up.
So good for the complexion. Rub it in, girls. Rub it in.
CBR on number 8, Ultra Magnus is almost as powerful as Optimus Prime.
Okay, hold on. Spin.
Almost.
Whenever we show Ultra Magnus transforming like this, I have to sing the commercial. When Ultra Magnus rolls into action, he takes on Decepticons like no one else. Okay, you may continue.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Almost like
was gonna pop a lighter.
Yeah. Almost.
Right.
Almost. Well,
almost.
You know, Prime, like what Megatron said in Transformers Prime.
Well, let's do a round robin here. Who do you think is going to be their number 1? Over to you, Fear.
Metroplex?
Magnus?
I gotta ask this: are they including combiners?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked it over yet, so I don't actually know who number 1 is, and we know the quality of their writing.
I'm gonna say Fortress Maximus.
All right, Charlie.
Wheelie.
Professor Perceptor.
I would like to put Omega Supreme, but what I'm guessing that this CBR article is going to put is Optimus Prime, and the reason why I'm guessing it's going to put that is because it put Brawn up there, and I think it's using those tech specs. And on the tech spec for Optimus Prime says he's the biggest and strongest of all the Autobots. So I think that's why it's going to be his justification. That's my guess.
Well, I'm going to counter-argue that and say, they probably...
You're going to counter-argue on an article you already read, bro?
I haven't read it yet. I've not read it yet. I'm guessing they're hinting as Optimus, in terms of how they titled number 8. But I'm going to throw it at you. The quality of their writing, do you really think they read tech specs?
No.
Exactly.
Look, I may be a future employee of CBR, so I have no comment on that particular. question.
Mr. Cook.con, what do you think is their number one?
Oh man, this is tough. I would have said Redguard, but if we're gonna go with crap beyond recognition here, I will say I'm gonna go with Wheelie again. Right?
Well, did you just do that play on words on purpose, or was that accidental?
It just came to my head while I was eating my spaghetti here.
Crap beyond recognition. I like it.
As most things do.
RJ Eagle says, agreed with Professor D. I think they'll say Optimus. Over to you, Sedum. Who do you think they'll list as number one? Number one strongest.
This is just for G1 or Transformers in general?
Let me see. They don't say. So I really don't know what's coming up next.
I think it's G1. It looks like it might only be Autobots, not just G1.
Well, I'm just going to go on a limb and say since it's CBR, they'll probably say that it's Tigerhawk because it's a Hermaphrodite because it's a combination of Tigertron and Air Razor from Beast Wars, and it hints the power of masculinity, a positive masculinity and femininity combined with alien powers.
Oh, and I'm transforming.
It's a trans non-binary fluid kind of figure that you're talking about.
We are very open on Children of Primus.
Okay.
We accept everybody. All inclusive.
I mean, it's CBR. They're gonna do something weird.
Okay, now number 7, they list Rodimus Prime as the powerful leader of the future. So
They're
that's
trying to say Rodimus Prime is stronger than Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did. No, he picked up Galvatron and threw him out the eye, whereas,
and I
because Galvatron wouldn't get close enough for Ultra Magnus to touch him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I think of it.
He had to send 4 sweeps in to take him. Optimus Prime is at 6.
Optimus is at 6.
Oh, my guess is blown away already. Sorry, RJ, to let you down.
Interesting.
Oh, because he's gentle.
Well, they're bringing in some stuff from Skybound here. Read that story and see what you think based on that, because I think that's alluding to some stuff.
Tears one fool's arms off to beat him with it.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's not talking about the Bayverse Optimus Prime.
Roadbuster.
Roadbuster.
Because he's built for war, people.
Roadbuster. Let's celebrate. Who's got a
Roadbuster? It says it right
Roadbuster?
there. He is built for war. Like, what's wrong with you people?
But everybody pull out your Roadbusters.
I have no Roadbusters.
Look at that. Here we go. Here we go.
Roadbuster.
Full screen. Let's get a full screen event. Let's celebrate Roadbuster. That's a rare occasion. Yeah. But yeah, that's right. 30 Roadbuster.
Turning into a grounded assault vehicle.
I find him to be very toxic.
Let's see. Who's number 4? Superior.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Superion.
If you're talking about G1 Autobots, he's got to be up there anyway. All the combiners got to be up there.
Well, let's see
where's
who number 3
He's
is.
so fly, Mr.
Man, I want him as
Looks
number
like some
1.
Dreamwave artwork.
Yeah, strange choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's gonna be Vector
Resolution
7.
with
It's
no
gonna be number
resolve.
1.
I like that. I like that tagline. Dedicated to Victor.
Well, let's
He's
see
a
who
winner.
number 2 is.
Such a winner.
Oh,
Right.
Metroplex is number 2.
It was close, eh?
Gonna be Fortress.
Okay, so Fortress got to be Fortress Maximus then. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
They're just like, that's the
so
biggest
maximum.
toy, so that's obviously the strongest guy.
Well, let's see.
Well,
what
no,
they-
it did also say in the fiction that Fortress Maximus was the most powerful of all Autobots.
Well, let's see what they say.
There you go.
It is Fortress Maximus. So
What a strange picture for them to use.
It's like
It's mostly
Voltron.
obscure. Yeah.
Didn't you know he's more than meets the eyes? That's why.
More, much more than meets the eye.
oh, dude,
You know,
this article
Because
is actually,
he has
valid.
2 heads. His head is a head as well too.
Yeah,
This
this wasn't too bad. Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
this wasn't too bad.
probably because we didn't read it.
Yeah. You know.
Oh crap!
But you know what? The Headmasters cartoon, the Japanese Headmasters cartoon, was a pretty bad cartoon. But what was great about it was the song, like the opening. That's what looking at this image right here makes me think of. I'm like, let's play that song. It's so inspiring. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's hard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll learn in Japanese and sing it for you one day. It's pretty dope.
RJ Eagle says, I changed my
But no, here's the chord. I changed my pin. Yeah. The chorus is Hello Master, Hello Master, and it's pretty fucking funny just to hear Hello Master over and over. Hello Master.
Shiva Kobe says, I used to think that the S4 intro for Rebirth that Metroplex was in, but then I realized they traced over the commercial footage of Metroplex and turned it into Fort Max. Interesting. Ed Cruiser says, so I don't know if Professor D caught it in the chat this week, but the driver for Orange Blossom in the Bigfoot and Muscle Machines cartoon was named Professor D.
I did not read that. That's pretty cool.
So there's a cartoon version of you out there.
I'm gonna have to go check it out. Mm-hmm. I never did. I think maybe I've only seen clips of the Bigfoot cartoon. That's what he's referring to? The Bigfoot cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys? Any of you guys ever watched it?
I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It looked like it was made by. Was it like made by Sunbow? It looked like the G.I. Joe Transformers animation. It's very similar, right?
Kind of.
Gem and the holograms, that type of thing. I'll have to check it out. Orange Blossom.
So amazing.
Orange Blossom.
Or maybe Indian theme, perhaps.
Oh.
Why am I not surprised? Like, seriously.
Oh, are we pulling out our Fortress Maximus? Yeah, he's flying in.
That's a big story there that he has.
Wait, give me a full screen here. Spin. I actually have right here, rather than here. Let's fly in this way. We got Fortress Max in base mode, being guarded oddly by the Combaticons, it appears. You see him?
And why is he guarded by the Combaticons?
I don't know. It just turned out that way.
Personal headcanon.
Yeah.
Yep.
No reason. Just turned out that way.
Cool. And Cruiser
They happen
says,
to be around.
For the Bigfoot, yes, Chris Latta was doing a lot of the voices.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. I think we've reached the end of this Freestyle Frenzy Sunday.
8 after 10.
Too soon.
Shout out
to... there's Hybrid Style Optimus. I mean, sorry, Missing Link Optimus.
Yes, oh, nice!
Actually,
wow! Oh, let's get a round of applause for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop it, people.
Nice.
Tell us about
in
it,
hand. Yeah.
Pretty nice. Really articulated.
I gotta get that.
Joints and everything.
Okay.
I highly
like the hand by
recommend
the
it.
hip there.
Like it has the metal like the original, but it's like every time you mess with it, you find something different. Like the wheels kind of move out.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, bro. I need
That's cool.
And it's got the matrix chamber. I got the matrix in the box.
So my
Yeah,
question
you can take the matrix chamber out, so you can still have the Diaclone little figurine seats visible from the outside of the windshield.
How much does that run you?
They need to make them out of clear plastic. They need to make them out of clear plastic with LEDs in them, to where when you put the matrix in them, they glow red, and when you take them out, they glow black.
You heard it first here on Children of Primus. So
That's right.
It's got a hole in the back of it too, so you can just light it up.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. So how much does that run you again?
It's like 60, 70. I bought it from Amazon Japan. Like, it was a little pricey, but I don't know. I think they'll definitely go up in price. Like
Yeah, it will. It
the
will.
truck with the trailer is like $120.
That's
Crazy.
like it's like almost $200 here in Canada.
RJ Eagle says, "What's the story between the Fort Max and the Combaticons alliance?" The story is I just transformed Fort Max into beast mode, stuck him there, and then I was just too lazy to go in the other room and figure out what drawer I had the other headmaster, the Autobot headmasters in. So I threw those guys there in the interim. Next week, Spin, here's what I got coming up for next week. Next week, I'll get rid of the Combaticons and put the headmasters there. That's what I got coming up for next week.
See, you should have written Swindle in there somehow, being involved with Swindle and actually who else? Octane. Swindle and Octane somehow involved with the Combaticons stealing Fort Max.
I'm like, don't I have an
They somehow rigged it to where they got hired to protect Fortress Maximus.
Yeah.
That's something Swindle will do.
Do you think Fort Max will fit into Swindle's chest?
Left over from my 50th birthday party.
Okay,
Fort Max fit into Swindle's chest. How would that make sense?
Because you know
That's all the way around?
Swindle, no, you know how Swindle, he has that magic compartment in his chest when he opens up and he can pulls out a whole bunch of weapons and all that kind of stuff out of it.
Oh.
He has an RPG inventory in his chest.
It's crazy.
So on
Hammer
that
space.
note, yep,
It's not quite the Doctor Who phone booth.
that is correct. So we thank everyone in the comments for showing up once again, for all the comments. Well, that just sounded so enthusiastic.
Thanks. Unless you're not subscribed to Patreon, in which case,
I know,
fuck you.
Did you hit the like button and subscribe and press that notification?
Yeah, if you didn't, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and
Exactly. Nothing more to say.
Patreon.
All right, Anthony, what do you got coming up next week?
What do you got coming next week?
This guy, Retro Perceptor. I got the photos of him taken, so I'll have the review out for him at the end of the week on Friday. Still a banger. Like, nothing but good things to say. But you'll find out. You'll find out more later.
Still a banger, classic, oldie but goodie.
So hot. Look, Anthony's behind. Anthony's behind D there. Look at that.
Look, Perceptor is so hot. He is so hot. This
He's the
motherfucker, right? Pink, hot red.
So retro.
And till all our one.
So retro.
Till
Yeah,
all our
so
one.
all